Hello everyone and welcome. So this is C overview. Now, the C language is a general purpose and high level language that was originally developed by Dennis Ritchie. Now, this is the guy. This is Dennis Ritchie. So this is the guy who invented the C. Okay, so to develop the Unix operating system at Bell Labs. So C was originally first implemented on 1972. So in the DEC BDP 11 computer labs. Okay, now there's some facts about C. So C was first implemented to write an operating system called Unix. It is very widely used. Unix operating system. C is a successor of P language. So Now C is a successor of B language. There was a B language and C is the one that had been implemented and named like C, which was introduced around the early of 1970s. Now the Unix OS was totally written in C. Okay, because the Unix operating was for C language, it was written in assembly, and the assembly is a very hard, or let's say it's complex language, and very complex, and it is very fast because it is close to the hardware. Now today C is the most widely used and popular system programming language. Today most popular Linux OS, Linux is the same as Unix. There's some difference, but if you want you can read about it or enroll in our course to know the difference. Now OS and RDBMS, this is the database, like MySQL, have been written in C. Okay, so it's an interesting language. So why to use C? The portability of the compiler. We will use in this course a compiler called GNU GCC that been implemented in C to write programs and compile it. So all of this will be discussed in this course, don't worry. Now the standard library concept. There's a library, we include it in to use it. Okay, that makes more performance. Now a powerful and varied of operators and elegant syntax, ready access to the hardware when needed, because it is fast language. So this is high level, but we can use it as a low level, which is more close to the hardware, and ease with which application can be optimized by hand coding isolated procedures. Okay, now what is compiler? Now the compiler is a program, let's say, that's written in some or in specific programming language that translate from high level language to assembly, then to binary code. So what is the procedure? Like this: high level language. Okay, this compiler translate it to let's say assembly language, and this assembly language, okay, now this assembly language we use it so that we can make a connection between the hardware and the software, or to communicate with the hardware, let's say. Okay, and then after the assembly it will be translated into a binary. It is 0101 and so on. This is the machine language. Okay, so in this course we will use the GNU GCC compiler. It is available in all Unix or Linux distribution. Now let's say this is the basic syntax we will use. First thing we will include a library like this. Include, we put this, and the name of library is here. Okay, like for example, this is the stdio.h. This is the name of the library. We will use it to print and read from the standard input and standard output. Don't worry, all of this will be discussed, and we will write enough assignments and in a practical way. Don't worry. Now, int main. Okay, this is the main function. We will use it. Okay, we will open braces and we will print f. This is the function we use to print to the screen hello world. Okay, now return 0. This will return a 0 from this function. This is the main function, and we'll stop and close from our program. Okay, so all of this, don't worry, all of this will be discussed. We will take step by step and in a practical way, and how to set up the environment. All of this will be discussed in the next sections. So take a breath and make a cup of coffee, and let's start. So thank you for today. Hello everyone. Okay, now with set up the environment. Now in this course we will use a virtual machine or a virtual box. Okay, and we will download Ubuntu 14. That this operating system, it is very popular and has the compiler within it, installed within it. So our work will be on this virtual machine, which is Ubuntu 14. Now how to download it? Okay, the first thing, type on Google Ubuntu 14.04. okay, now click here. This will image release Ubuntu. Okay, you can download 64 or 32, but it is recommended to download 32. Now I've downloaded it already, so I will not do this again. As you see, it is 1 giga, almost about 1 giga, and so on. Now this is VirtualBox. We will download it also. VirtualBox. Okay, this is from Oracle company. As you see, this is VirtualBox. You can hear or here, doesn't matter. Now this is, we want Windows host. Click it. Almost 100 megabyte. Okay, 100 mega and 1 giga. Okay, after you download it, let's try it. Now the first thing, you will open it like this. Click new, choose other, Linux 32 or 64, as you wish. Ubuntu, for example. I will type any game. This is the RAM. Next, create, next, dynamic location, create. Just to let you know that all of this has been discussed in the previous course, which is Linux and Bash script for beginners. So we will do it fastly. So this is storage. Yes, you choose what you want from here. Choose. Now I am okay. Now just click start, and all of this will be. But I have already on. So okay. Now this is what we have now. Okay. Now this is the work we have done right now. We have downloaded all what we need. Now, as you see, this is the terminal. We will do all the compilation and execution in it. So I have to go to desktop. Sorry, I have to go to desktop. Now create a new file here called, for example, exam.c. Sorry. Now as you see, open it. This is a compiler. You can download compilers like Sublime compilers, but Sublime is recommended. So fact exam. Now the basic syntax, as we discussed in the previous section, is like this: include stdio.h. As you see, the color has been changed. Control S to save. Int main. Sorry. Int main. Now open braces. Now press tab here for more fancy work. The semicolon is here, don't forget. Return, sorry, the return is return. Yes, as you see, the color has been changed. Now print f, and the semicolon here, print f hello world. Now how to compile this file? We will use the GNU GCC compiler as we mentioned, like this syntax. We are an S, this is the file we want. So GCC, the file we want, exam.c -o means this is the output. So we'll do ex. As you see, it has been compiled successfully. ls.c, yes, it is. Make sure it is executable, but it is executable. Why? Because ex and in a green color. Now let's execute it by doing this ex. As you see, hello world. But why is this happening? Because we have to put a new line here. This is a symbol, means this is a new line. Let's see again. Sorry, we have to compile it again. GCC and this ex hello world. Okay, so thank you for today.